It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview James Morris, the head Cleveland softball and women's golf coach. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Brandon. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to be a head softball coach in high school?
I was the head coach at Cleveland Middle School for 18 years. And at some point, I just kind of realized I'd done everything I could do at the middle school level and decided to take a shot at being the high school coach. An opportunity came about to where I was actually still working at the middle school and then coaching at the high school. And I did that for a year. And then the opportunity came to actually work over here at Cleveland. And so I've been working and coaching here ever since.
That's amazing. How did you know that you wanted to be the women's golf coach?
So when I came, I'd been coaching football for 18 years at the middle school level, but they needed a couple other coaching vacancies. And I think everybody's sort of dream job is to coach high school golf. Definitely very much more of a relaxed type of sport than football is. And I've really enjoyed my time past, I believe, 6 years now coaching women's golf.
What have you accomplished as the head softball coach for Cleveland?
So actually quite a bit. In really a short time, I was able to get a JV program back started, which had kind of gone by the wayside. I've ended up winning the conference tournament, the last conference tournament that we had. We've been conference champs the last 3 years in a row, obviously not excluding last year, which really didn't have an opportunity to do that. And I also had the privilege of coaching a team in 2018 that basically took second place in the state. We went all the way to the state championship and just came up a little short.
What have you accomplished as the women's golf coach?
So women's golf has been really awesome for me as well. We've been able to take a team to states, which Cleveland, as a women's team, never actually made it. So we had 3 girls last year to actually make it to state. So we competed as a team, which was awesome. We also have had a young lady who just graduated, Darby Reeder, who won the conference the last 2 years in a row. She was the conference's top golfer.
Who are some of your tough opponents when it comes to the golf side and the softball side?
So in golf, South Johnston and Clayton are our toughest conference opponents for sure. From a softball perspective, it's those same 2 when we're looking at conference. As far as local rivalries go, Triton, of course, is a big kind of local rival for us. Coach Whitman and myself try to get a game together each and every year, as they used to be in our conference, and then when we realigned, they're no longer in there, but we still enjoy that level of competition.
Speaking about realignment, do you see a realignment happening anytime soon with you being a 3A school and jumping down to like Aycock, Easter Wayne, Triton?
Definitely a good possibility, but Cleveland, actually, with our numbers, the way this area is growing, I see us going probably 4A. So we'll be in there with some bigger schools, probably in the same conference as Garner, and something of this nature.
So you see yourself playing like D.H. Conley, J.H. Rose, New Bern?
Possibly. Conley is so far away. I don't know that they would make us conference opponents, but I do try to get non-conference competition with both those schools currently.
Can you talk about what players you have that have entered the college as a softball coach, and then what players you have that have done women's golf in college?
Absolutely. We currently have a golfer, Kelly Petruni, that's at Wake Tech, and she's doing a great job there. The collegiate opportunities for young ladies at in golf are unlimited, it seems like. There's a lot of open scholarships for them each and every year. Unfortunately, a lot of ladies, when they get to college, they kind of decide that they'd rather do other things. Softball wise, we've had several young ladies since I've been here play at the collegiate level. Taylor Drayton is a senior from my 2016 team, I believe, that played. She's played at West Point, and she's done a phenomenal job for them. Anna Kate Gilchrist currently plays for Barton College. She did some pitching for them last year and did a phenomenal job there. And Kayla Womack is playing some collegiate softball for us as well. So we've had several here recently get to that next level, and some that signed and decided to do other things.
As a coach, how rewarding does it feel whenever you have players like, for example, that you name that went off to Barton to play for Barton softball or even golf?
It's definitely fulfilling, and of course, having Anna Kate at Barton is really neat because she's just down the road, where Kayla is up in at Virginia Commonwealth, so a little further away to be able to see her for a home game.
Do you have any players that have made it to the professional level?
No, we not to my knowledge. We haven't had anybody kind of take that next step.
Where do you see the softball program and even the golf program going in the next few years at Cleveland?
So we're going to keep competing and ring chasing, so to speak, as they say. Keep working hard. I got a strong girls golf team coming back. I hated that the way the state kind of put softball and golf together in this current schedule we're in. I'm not going to be able to coach girls golf this year, but I intend to pick it up next fall. And of course, softball wise, Cleveland's always a school that we're going to be ring chasing each and every season, and hopefully one day we'll reach that goal.
How hard is it for you as a coach knowing that golf was normally in the fall and now it's now in the spring where you can't coach because you're coaching softball?
It's really tough. I'm really close with my golfers just because of the nature of the sport. I'm really able to get to know them on a personal level. I get to know their families and this sort of thing. And like I said, we're going to have another excellent team. And unfortunately, just because of the scheduling issue, our boys coach, John Owen, is going to take on that responsibility this season.
What advice would you give somebody looking to get into high school coaching, whether it's softball or golf?
So a high school coach, first things first, you probably need to be willing to relocate and go where the jobs are. And you've got to definitely work on your people skills. I think that's a big one I really had to do. You know your craft, you know the sport, but ultimately you've got to be able to connect with your athletes, with your parents, with your community, and in order to build a successful program.
Where can my listeners find Cleveland softball and the golf on social media?
So on social media, we have a Twitter, Cleveland Softball is on Twitter, and we of course are on Max Preps, and I also do some stuff. James Morris is on Twitter as well, and we try to tweet out stuff that's going on with fundraisers and this sort of thing.
Are y'all on also Twitter for the golf too?
Yes. Actually, Coach Owen runs that for us, and we are definitely on there as well. I believe Coach O is his handle.
Where can my listeners find you on social media?
So on social media, I'm on Twitter, and of course, you can find me at James Morris, and constantly tweeting out different things about Cleveland softball and where we're growing.
Thank you again, Coach James Morris, for your interview, and best of luck in the softball program and the golf program.
All right. Thank you, Brandon.
You're welcome. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach Morris, for your interview.
Yes, sir.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.